if it wasn't for this teacher in 8th grade, he really painted me a picture. That was the turning point in my life. Or if it wasn't for this mentor, or if it wasn't for, I don't have that.
I was in that mentality where you have to graduate high school, go to college to have a better life. Because you remember I enrolled into the university. I pretty much almost finished, but then, we had our issues with our pregnancies. And
yes.
So I stopped going. And I think, that was never the plan.
No.
For us, because it just wasn't, it just shows that society can't pave the road for everybody. You know, like it's not for everyone. So I didn't finish that, and I'm happy. I'm okay. I don't think I was going to be a teacher.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't think I could be working at a school right now. Like I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I just, so yeah, it's one of those things where I had to undo what I had learned all my life. Also, just how God worked in our lives, and through you, especially just how you're wired.
Yeah.
Made me realize, like, you know what? It's not all about the academics.
Yes.
It's about that desire that that child has. So it's taught me to hear my kids' voices and what they like and what they're interested in, and try to work around that so that they can develop that that passion.
Yeah, that's very true. It's all my life, my parents and other people around me would tell me, like, no, just get a good job, buy a small house, and then when you can, just buy a little lot somewhere, and then when you need the money, just cash in the lot, and that just never resonated with me. I tried it and it just didn't work.
Yeah, it's like the simple plan.
Yeah,
the easy plan. I'm thinking like the simple.
Yeah.
This is the easy one. Everybody does this one.
Yes. And again, if you're fine,
it's not wrong.
If you're fine with it, if that's you, that's you. I was just a square peg in a round hole.
Yeah, if you have a desire that goes completely opposite of what this world is, don't be afraid to take that left turn.
Yeah. You think that desire can be taught? Because I don't know if it was taught. Again, I was speaking earlier on how I always fought the opposition as far as that mentality of, no, man, just get a job somewhere and just, get married and live happy and just get a nice little house. And that just never, that never grabbed my attention. Do you think is that taught, or is that, can you learn that, or is that just how your brain is wired?
I think it can be influenced. I know because people have come out of that mentality and gone and reached their dreams because they had to break past that. But I think it can be influenced, maybe.
But don't you think that it was always
within
them? No, not with me.
Yes.
But don't you think it was always like? Look, I've heard people. I hear people, and it could be just because they're just trying to make a great story, or they're just trying to, be flashy. But I hear people say, "Man, if it wasn't for this teacher in 8th grade that taught me how to, the history, and he really painted me a picture, that was the turning point in my life. I don't have, or if it wasn't for this mentor, or if it wasn't for, I don't have that." I'm sorry, I feel weird because it's not like I was walking blindly and then somebody unfold. Other than in my spiritual walk, obviously that is number one. But I'm talking practical, just practical stuff, right? Just tangible things like you're gonna go to school or you're not gonna go to school. You're gonna do this or you're not gonna do that. Are you gonna learn a trade or not? It wasn't like, oh yeah, man, I was just, and then I met this guy and I remember listening to Rush Limbaugh back in the 90s, but he was just saying what I was feeling already. So it wasn't like, oh, he opened my eyes. No, it was like, yeah, I always kind of knew that type of deal, right? So I don't know, man. Is it are we just wired that way? Because or can it be taught? Because I don't feel that I don't feel that I was, I read Moby Dick and that book really just like opened my eyes to, again, spiritual, yes. You read God's word, that's spiritual. But I'm just talking about my path in life as far as my finances, my decisions to go to school, academics, those things. Either you're a hard worker or you're not, or can you learn to be a hard worker? Right? So I don't know.
Yeah, I think, if we're going biblically, we're all created in the image of God and in his likeness, and we're all created to bring him glory. So I think it's instilled in every single one of us. It just doesn't manifest in the many because of their upbringing or the people they hang out with. It's just not developed. It just doesn't come natural. I don't know. I know with me, I was in that mentality of this is the path. You go to high school and you graduate with straight A's. I was an honor roll.
But you believed it, right?
I believed
because
it.
you went. I never went. My parents would tell me like, you need to go to college. And I remember going to Pan Am. It's now UTRGV, and it was for orientation. I couldn't find the class, and I just left. Yeah. I'm like, this isn't for me. Why? Because you couldn't find the orientation building? This is not for you? Like, yeah, this is not for me. Oh, you're an idiot. Yeah, maybe I'm an idiot, but it's not for me. And so got a job at the post office, and that was and then Bravo came along with her. But it really wasn't for me. I didn't feel it. I was doing it because everybody was telling me to do it. Oh yeah, you gotta go to college.
But it took you that long to break out because there was what kept you at the post office for 21 years.
What kept me there was
the safety?
No, man, because I was buying $1,800 Benellis and I was getting paid $1,800 a month, right? So it wasn't the safety. I've always been not suicidal, but suicidal is like you're not careful with money. We're always careful with our money, but I was always willing to take this stash that we don't need and let's just dump it there and see what happens, right? It was because I thought I was wrong. I thought I was wired wrong.
Oh, okay.
I thought, no, this is it. I have a post. I would go out, hey man, where do you work? At church before I started Bravo. Where do you work? At the post office. Dude, that's an awesome, man, I wish I had that job. Like, yeah, man, I go in at 7:30 and I deliver the mail and I'm out by 3:00, man. And I get paid this much. I wasn't getting paid $1,300 a month. It was good, right? But yeah, man, that's awesome. I wish I had that job. Oh, you got retirement. Yeah. Oh man, how's the healthcare? It's good. Oh, and I would hear all that and I was like, I guess I'm in the right place. I don't feel like I'm in the right place, and that's what kept me there I guess I'm wrong. Everyone's right and I'm wrong until, that's what I'm telling you. When Bravo came along and I made that first holster and I sold it, something just exploded in me.
Yes, I think that's when everything just changed in me too, because when Bravo came along, I was pregnant with Gloria. And so I said, I'm not gonna go to school this semester because of our high risk pregnancies.
Yes.
And so Bravo just flourishes from there. I never even thought of like
going back to school.
Let me go finish school.
Yeah.
Because it just never crossed my mind after that.
See, but if you really wanted to be a teacher, you would have gone to school regardless.
Yeah.
So that really wasn't you. No. It was people telling you
it was
be a teacher, mija, because they pay good. I'm not saying that was your mom, but anybody, right?
It was my way of saying, well, I got to get a degree because if it fails, then at least I have a degree.